What does it take to become famous? Of course, you gotta have the looks, and most especially the talent. In this day and age, even if you don't have those, becoming famous has become very accessible. Either you can do one of those crazy challenges on TikTok, make fun of yourself in public, or do some extreme content with shock value. And then boom, you're famous. But the name of the game was totally different 17 years back, especially in the world of P-pop girl groups. This was around the time when social media barely existed. In 2005, the Sex Bomb Girls were already established. The other notable groups were Mocha Girls and Viva Hot Babes, all of which got famous for their novelty songs. Because of that, most people think they are the reason why the P-pop genre is being seen as a joke in the Philippine music industry. Because who would take these songs seriously?
Spaghetti pababa, pababa ng pababa. Spaghetti pababa, pataas.
Fun songs, I know, but I'm not going to talk about them in today's video. I will talk about a girl group that used a more unique method to get famous. Oh, scratch that. Infamous. Their story involved multiple scandals, sex, drugs, and murder. It's a lot to unpack, so buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Rejoice, Kamei, Dove, Kisa, Wella, Zest, Pantene, Lux, Ivory, and Cat. You would easily think I'm just randomly saying shampoo brands like I'm playing the category game, but no. They are actual screen names of 10 out of the 14 members of D Bodies. Is this step 1 of their clout chasing 101? Not so sure, but their manager seems to have encouraged it.
Dapat kakaiba yung name. May Rejoice, may Palmolive, may Ivory, may Pantene, may ganon.
Anyway, D Bodies launched in 2005 and they did it in a way that shocked everybody. While doing a photo shoot in Raha Sulaiman Park near Baywalk in the city of Manila sounds fine, doing it while topless is absolutely not fine. They ended up getting arrested due to indecent public exposure because, come on, a lot of families with kids must have seen the whole thing, and they even caused massive traffic. The mayor declared them persona non grata. But congrats to them, they made it to the news.
Nabulabog ang WPD headquarters nang bumaba sa kanilang booth ang mga sexy starlets na halos wala pa ring saklog sa katawan.
Wala namang masama rito eh.
Hindi naman daw mahalay ang kanilang ginawa.
Hindi naman namin totaling hinubad. Patikim, ganon. Hindi naman po talaga bad magubad. Naliligo nga tayo lahat na nakaubad eh.
CLOUT po sila, topless po ba? Sa publiko nga naman lugar, at ginawa mo yung gano'n na nagubad ka, yun ay sa aming palagay nakalabag sila nung ating batas.
Luckily, charges were dropped. Thanks to their awesome lawyer, Attorney Salvador Panelo, the would-be spokesperson of the former president, Rodrigo Duterte. Wala lang, share ko lang. Before leaving the precinct, the girls sang their first single to the cops.
Anli punggay sa aking buhay, masarap magmasahe, bigay na bigay, banay at humagod ang kanyang kamay.
Look at this guy. Did he just change his mind?
At kung bumisil, wala pang aray, mula sa noo hanggang sa paa, sa kanyang masahe, mai-inlove ka, sa sobrang sarap, o tirig ang
The song is called Kiliti, or in English, Tickle. The whole country heard the song, so it jump-started their popularity. This was the fateful day when they became the Baywalk Bodies. They were getting a lot of guestings and invitations to appear in different TV shows. They were literally everywhere.
Bago pa lumipat papuntang Australia, ataw muna ang Baywalk Bodies sa kanilang show sa Araneta, Cubao. Pero hindi inaasahan ang topless na eksenang ito. Pero ang tanong ng mga manonood, sinadya nga ba ng starlet na hatakin ang kanyang damit? Ayon naman sa Baywalk Bodies, wala silang intensyong mag-iskandalo sa Cubao.
Ano masasabi sa mga nagsasabi, gumigimik lang ang Baywalk Bodies sa mga issue?
Actually, hindi naman kami na gumigimik eh. Talagang meron lang talaga kaming talent na pwede namin ipakita sa tao. At talagang talent namin yun. Hindi gawa-gawa lang yun. Hindi gimmick yun.
Pero ano masasabi nyo na kino-compare kayo madalas sa mukha? Ano naman ang pagkakaiba nyo? Anong edge nyo? Ano ang meron
Kasi
kayo
parehong-pareho sila
na
ng
wala
mukha.
ang mukha?
Tignan na lang nila ang aming hinahanap.
including Santa Cruzan parades. Guess what? The religious people weren't very happy about it.
It's really nakakapangilakot yung wika ngayon. Bakit naman nakapalilukot na I don't know how to put it. It's an insult to the Virgin Mary. Insulto sa mahal na ina.
One archbishop even said that Volt stars are worse than gay people because they are immoral.
There are certain homosexuals who are morally more upright, more honest than a good number of other women. May mga artista silang kinukuha na who are anything but morally upright in their life. So hindi naman sikreto kapag ang isang tao ay talagang ang kanyang pamumuhay at ang kanyang kilos ay malaswa.
I'm not an expert when it comes to the subject, but we can all agree that this was the time when our country was still confused about gender and all that. Our protagonist had something to say about it though.
2008 na po ngayon, yung pong mga modern na po tayo. Art na po yan.
Tiniyak ng Baywalk Bodies na alam nila ang tamang asal kapag lumalahok sa Santa Cruzan. Kaya naman idinaan na lang nila sa awit ang mensahe nila kay Archbishop Cruz.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Iliti kami dyan, Bishop, relax ka lang. May kiliti kami dyan. Ay, ay, ay.
They're literally taking advantage of every chance they get to promote their songs. As they rose in popularity, tension started building up among other groups, particularly Viva Hot Babes. Both groups were the opening act of the noontime show called MTV. Their dressing rooms were right next to each other. According to our heroes, the girls from the other group were loudly dropping hints and slurs about them being clout chasers and less popular.
Sikat pa rin daw ang Viva Hot Babes, sabi ni Jen. Sikat pa rin sila, mas magaling pa sila, gaya-gaya lang kami. Alam mo kahit open yung pintuan nila eh. Kung ikaw may breathing ka, sasabihin mo ba yun na dumadaan ng mga bodies?
Narinig ko na parang ha-ha-ha-ha, parang ganun. Tapos ang lalakas pa. And then okay lang, in-ignore namin yun.
Nag-perform kami, wala kaming pakialam eh. Katawan namin yun, alam namin kung nahuhulog yun o bumababa. So bakit kailangan mo pang i-remind, kailangan mo pang ituro, kailangan mo pang sabihin kung hindi ka talaga nananadya?
After their performance, Ella and Jen of Viva Hot Babes confronted them because apparently one of them called them gay.
Lumapit na si Ella, na galit siya, nilisik yung mata niya. Sabi niya, ano yung pinagsasabi niyo sa amin na na bakla kami? Siguro dahil sobrang inis na nila, sila na yung lumapit. Si Ella din na yung nag-umpisa ng away. Kaya yun, nagkagulo na.
Sumisigaw sila, pero yung sa grupo namin, mga pangiti-ngiti na pakikip na. Pinakita ko si Jen, parang umaakma na siya nung kapakin niya na nga yung kasama ko, si Jeanette Joaquin.
Sumigaw si Ella. Nagdatingan ngayon yung iba niyang grupo na para silang Charlie's Angel na talagang hawak-hawak sila.
Si Jane talaga yung parang lalaki na alam mo galing squatter siya.
The rest of the girls went at it, so it was an all-out verbal exchange. Viva Hot Babes chose not to comment about this incident, but as expected, our heroes had things to say about what happened.
Pakisabi pag nakikipag-away siya, yung laway niya, tumatalasik, ayusin niya. Yung taba niya lang, no? Ang suggest ko sa kanya, magpalay po siya.
Palagay ko, una, insecure na sila. Kasi, watak-watak na yung grupo nila eh. Pangalawa, sila nag-aaway-away. Pangatlo, ang tatanda na nila. Diba? Kami, nakita nila maganda, sexy, fresh, diba?
The issue proceeded to die down, only to make way for another one. This time, it involved one of the girls, Palmolive Palma.
Wala na ako ng fiancé ko.
Iyak ng iyak si Palmolive Palma sa issue ng umano'y kumalat na sex video nila ni Will Devon. Hindi raw siya bumurahing babae tulad ng paghuhusga sa kanya.
Wala akong dapat pagsisiyan. Sa akin lang, huwag nila kaming i-judge na agad. May dignity din naman ako.
Nag-break daw sila ng Hapones niyang nobyo dahil sa issue. Pero nakakapagtaka lang ang pag-amin niyang pinagsabay niya si Will at ang kanyang ex.
May relasyon kami, pero syempre malayo siya. Hindi naman tayo maiwasan something, may mga ano tayo, di ba? Ayoko magtanggi. Parang sakit kasi I really love my boyfriend.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for her. She basically cheated on her fiancé and yet she's playing the victim card? Come on, man. As we move on, their popularity stayed relevant, especially overseas. Sometime in 2008, they had a 1-hour show at a bar in Guam. The show went fine. The day after, immigration officers detained them straight from their hotel rooms for violating the rules of their stay. They accepted tips and tabled customers during the show, which was apparently against the law.
Ayon sa US Immigration sa Guam, bilang entertainer lang daw ang kinuha para makapag-perform sila sa Alindog Karaoke Lounge doon. Pero nang dumating sila sa Guam, nag-table daw sila ng customers. Naka-table pa raw nila ang isang US agent na nag-iimbestiga sa kanila. Pero hindi raw sila nasabihan na bawal magpa-table sa guest.
They got imprisoned for 15 days and the experience they had wasn't very good. Especially when one of the girls was revealed to be pregnant at that time.
Papasayawin ka, pakakantahin ka sa harapan nila. Halos pagod ka na.
Pinasayaw sila ng jail guards para mabigyan daw ng ekstrang rasyon ng pagkain.
Minsan pinapagsayaw kami kahit maraming tao na, I mean, parang hindi mo ma-appreciate na natutuwa sila eh. Parang pinaglalaroan ka lang nila.
If you want chocolate, sayaw muna kayo or dance, sayaw yung ginawa namin for fun. Pero mahirap kasi para kay Lax lang ibigay namin. So, ginawa namin. Walang magagawa, nandun tayo.
Nagmukha daw silang patay gutom sa bilangguan.
Yung plastic pag may naririnig na kami. So kami, pumupunta na kagad kami sa may selda. Sabi, pagkain na yan. Excited na kami.
Dumarating po kami sa point na para na po kami timang. Parang aamoy, para po mabusog lang kami, aamoy namin yung pagkain ng ibang tao na nasa harap namin yung pagkain.
Nangako sila sa akin, may doktor na nandun. Hanggang sa nakauwi ako, wala akong nakitang doktor, nurse lang. Kasi gusto ko malaman yung kalagayan ng baby ko sa loob.
They were then released eventually and got home safely. Because of the traumatizing experience, they decided to take a well-deserved indefinite break. 2 years later, you would expect them to have already moved on, like having their own families or managing their own businesses. That was actually true for Kat De Santos. But the business she got into was a drug business. She got caught in 2010. This was her back in the day. And this is her when she got caught.
Walang tigil ang iyak at hindi makausap ang dating miyembro ng Baywalk Bodies sa si Kat De Santos. Nakapiit ngayon sa QCPD Station 1. Nahuli siya sa operasyon kontra droga ng QCPD Station 1 sa Tagaytay Street, Barangay San Jose, Quezon City. Pasado alas 3 ng madaling araw kanina. Naaktuhan umano siyang bumibili ng hinihinalang shabu. Sinubukan para tumakbo ni De Santos pero nasa kote pa rin siya. Nakuha sa kanya isang sachet ng hinihinalang shabu.
Even before joining Baywalk Bodies, Kat already made a name for herself in the film industry. She was known for the movies Teteng Baliw, Mga Kalapati sa Gabi, and Lipstick.
Mahal kita, Lando. Pagkakataon ko na to.
Teka, hindi pwede. Mahal ko si Amor. Ayoko masira ang pagiging magkaibigan natin.
Mahirap ba akong mahalin? Bakit? Maganda rin naman ang katawan ko ah.
I honestly felt disappointed because she was a beautiful and talented woman. I guess she would learn her lesson after this. Everybody deserves a second chance, you know? Maybe she could still turn it around. If you think the worst thing already happened, it gets followed by an even worse thing. Just a few days before the year 2010 ended, this happened to the leader of the group.
Isang araw bago mag-New Year, bumulaga sa showbiz ang isang kalunos-lunos na balita, ang pagkamatay ng isang miyembro ng grupong Baywalk Bodies. Sumikat ang naturang grupo noong mid-2000 dahil sa novelty hit nilang Kiliti at sa mga kontrobersyal nilang pictorial sa Rojas Boulevard. Natagpuan daw sa Tabang, Bulacan exit sa North Luzon Expressway ang bangkay ni Rejoice Rivera. Dayan Marie Santos sa totoong buhay. Nagtamo raw ito ng 2 tama ng baril sa ulo na ikinamatay nito.
Everyone couldn't believe it because Rejoice was such a wholesome person. She had no enemies according to her close friends and family. But little did they know that she's been in a relationship with a high-profile criminal, Raymond Dominguez, who was currently being accused as the mastermind of multiple carjacking incidents and the murder of a politician's son, which I will not talk about in this video. Anyway, this case was ongoing during Rejoice's disappearance. The case was eventually solved because Raymond's right-hand man, Alfred Mendiola, snitched on him. And according to his testimony under oath, Rejoice was killed because of jealousy. Alfred saw it all as he described Rejoice frequently visiting Raymond in secret while he had a live-in partner, Katrina Paula, who just found out about her. Katrina was so mad because she thinks that the STD she got came from Raymond, which she thinks originally came from Rejoice. To prove Raymond's loyalty, he promised her to put a hit on Rejoice. He even asked Alfred to hand over the bounty money and the key to the car that will be used to fetch Rejoice for her regular visit to him. It was handed over to Joel, Raymond's personal driver, who apparently was a hitman. Just when Rejoice thought she'd see Raymond again, she would actually meet her end. And that's it. She was gone. Alfred knew exactly how she was killed because Joel talked to him days after the murder before going under the radar. Justice was supposed to be served until Alfred was killed.
Natagpuang patay sa Cavite ang pangunahing testigo laban sa kilabot na Dominguez carnapping group na si Alfredo Mendiola.
During my research, I saw this as a strong validation that everything he said was true. But it was seen by the system the opposite way. Due to the lack of witnesses, Rejoice's case stayed unsolved to this day. I'd say the system failed her. It also failed Alfred. As a star witness, he should have been protected and shouldn't have been allowed to walk around in public while the case was still ongoing. 10 years later, Raymond passed away in his sleep inside his cell. It was known that he got COVID 2 times, but what killed him was multiple health problems like diabetes, hypertension, and asthma. Call it divine intervention, but I'd say he got out way too easy. The dude deserved to rot in prison for a longer time. As difficult as it was, life went on. Just earlier this year, we saw a familiar face.
Arestado ang dating miyembro ng Baywalk Bodies na si Kat De Santos. Hindi ito ang unang pagkakataon na nahuli si Santos. Sa katunayan, 4 na beses na siyang naaresto at lahat yon may kinalaman sa droga ayon sa QCPD. Malawak raw ang operasyon ng grupo ni Santos. Aminado siyang ilang beses nang nakulong dahil sa droga. Nahuli ka na natin, di ba?
Bakit? Dahil po sa sa drugs din po. Ang sisisip mo.
What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Man, I was rooting for her to make a turnaround, but I guess some people just never learn. And that's it. The rise and fall of Baywalk Bodies. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more stories like this, let me know. If you know an interesting story you want me to cover, let me know as well. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Just reach out, guys. Until then, it's your boy Chuck. Peace out.